In this episode, we're going to cover Ripple, PayPal, and Twitter's coalition calling for fair elections. Also, Bitcoin, its recent slide, and what's going on in Hong Kong. Let's also spend some time on CoinMarketCap and see what's happening from a macro view. Maybe just a little refresher and a reminder about S3571, and we'll always end with an opportunity to make money online. Let's get started. Welcome to Manicflow Money, a simple approach to taking a look at the world we live in and what could be affecting our asset, saving, and retirement choices. Here's what we have today. First, let's cover Ripple, PayPal, and Twitter, because they joined a coalition calling for fair elections. I'm going to quote Brad Garlinghouse. Everyone knows him from Ripple. He says, "We believe voting should be safe and accessible to everyone, everywhere." So let's listen to this short clip. It was an article written by Turner Wright, found in Cointelegraph.
Ripple, PayPal, and Twitter joined coalition calling for fair elections. Blockchain-based payments firm Ripple has joined a nonpartisan group of companies working to ensure access to fair voting in the United States. According to a November 2 tweet from Ripple, CEO Brad Garlinghouse has joined Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey and PayPal CEO Dan Schulman at the Civic Alliance, an organization that states it supports safe, healthy and trusted elections in addition to encouraging members, employees and customers to be civic-minded. "We believe voting should be safe and accessible to everyone, everywhere," said Ripple. That's why Ripple is 100% in #4Democracy. Within the Civic Alliance, which has 936 members at the time of publication with a reach of more than 5 million employees, a subset of roughly 619 companies claims to encourage 100% of employees to vote with paid time off or flexible work schedules. Ripple has roughly 548 employees at its San Francisco offices. The group reportedly calls on companies to ensure safe access to voting, recognize state and local election officials as the trusted source for certified results, and encourage patience as officials count every vote. Each of our companies is unique. Yet, we are united by these nonpartisan values. Every American has a voice in our democracy. Voting should be safe and accessible to all. Elections should be fair and transparent. The 2020 election in the United States will be on Tuesday, November 3rd. Determining who is eligible to vote is seemingly a partisan issue in the U.S. at the moment, with the Republican National Committee involved in more than 40 lawsuits, most of which involve restricting access to voting rather than encouraging it. With less than 12 hours before the first polls open on Election Day, many Bitcoiners are optimistic regardless of a Democratic or Republican victory. Grayscale CEO Barry Silbert said that whether it's Trump or Biden in the end, Bitcoin will win due to more BRRR at the Federal Reserve.
Thank you. Since it is Election Day, happy Tuesday, November 3rd, everyone. No matter what happens, we're still going to report on digital money, digital assets, things that are affecting your savings, retirements, investments, hedges. Take a pause for a moment. Type in your 3 favorite cryptocurrencies. Type in your 3 favorite hedge asset right now. Maybe it's gold, maybe it's silver. I haven't spent a lot of time talking about that yet. Maybe you could also type in who you think is going to win the U.S. election. This should be closed up this week. Let's go. Let's find out. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit that like button and the bell notification so you get notified as soon as I drop one of these videos. Thank you very much. Let's also move on to the next article. It's about Bitcoin because it slid 3% as Hong Kong seeks to end its honeymoon phase with cryptocurrency exchanges. This from Joseph Young, just came out today. The price of Bitcoin fell 3% so far this week amid growing regulatory pressure on cryptocurrency exchanges in China and Hong Kong. The price of Bitcoin declined more than 3% in the past 2 days. The pullback of the dominant cryptocurrency comes amid regulatory pressure in China and Hong Kong. That on October 16th, top Bitcoin futures exchange OKX suspended withdrawals after one of its private key holders was reportedly arrested. Also goes on to say that today, Reuters reported that Hong Kong regulators will propose all cryptocurrency exchanges be regulated and apply for a Securities and Futures Commission or SFC license, as opposed to the previous opt-in approach, which many exchanges declined to do. It comes a year after the Hong Kong government released rules for cryptocurrency exchanges. This is a quote from Ashley Adler, chief executive of the SFC, said today, "This is a significant limitation, as under the current legislative framework, if a platform operator is really determined to operate completely off the regulatory radar, it can do so simply by ensuring that its traded crypto assets are not within the legal definition of a security." Interesting. We can declare that Bitcoin's honeymoon phase to be over. Despite the subtle wording in the SFC statement, industry experts said it is essentially a declaration to the end of Bitcoin's honeymoon phase. Here's another quote from Leo Weiss, who's the co-founder of the Bitcoin Association in Hong Kong. It says, "With rumors of more crypto exchange officials being arrested in China and Hong Kong's move to making trading illegal, aka licensed, we can declare Bitcoin's honeymoon phase to be over. If you think Bitcoin will catch on, buy it now while you still can," end quote. Well, where does Bitcoin go next? The price has reacted with minor price drop, falling from 14.1 at the month's peak to below 13.5, where it sits at about right now, exactly 13.524. Albeit the reaction has been minimal, a further drop could have negative implications for the short-term trend of BTC. Technically, there are some price points they cover here, and I like this quote. It's from Michael van de Poppe. He's one of the other writers. He's a full-time trader in Amsterdam. He says, "Still trending upwards, but lacking strength by a bit here. Has to hold above 13.5, 13.650 for support. And if that's holding, it renews the tests of 14,000 on the horizon. Losing, and it'll target 2.7 or 12.7 or 12.900, which is where I kind of expect it to go. It's going to have to be a lot of retail liquidity getting pumped in. Let's see what happens today, y'all. It is election day. Last sentence ends with this. "So far, the response of Bitcoin to the regulatory crackdown rumors has been minor. If Bitcoin can remain above 13,000 in the short term, the outlook would likely stay positive." U.S. election is going to be really interesting. And let's transition over to S3571. That's the Banking for All Act, y'all. Just a reminder of where you can go search for this on congress.gov. The 116th Congress introduced this bill back in, when was this, guys? I think it was in March. Well, this bill requires the Federal Reserve member banks to provide digital pass-through accounts or digital dollar wallets to residents and citizens and to businesses domiciled in the United States. Among other things, these accounts must provide specified banking services to be eligible persons who elect to deposit funds into these accounts, including access to COVID-19 or coronavirus disease aid payments. Accounts may not charge fees or have balance requirements and must provide specified interest rate. In areas with limited access to Federal Reserve member banks, these banks must partner with postal retail facilities to provide services. And I will repeat that. In areas with limited access to Federal Reserve member banks, these banks must partner with postal retail facilities to provide services. Federal Reserve banks must permit state non-member banks and credit unions to open master accounts for the purpose of offering digital pass-through accounts. Postal retail facilities and certain small banks must be reimbursed by the appropriate Federal Reserve Bank for operational costs incurred by offering the accounts. Here are the actions. Just a reminder, y'all. This was introduced into the Senate March 23rd, 2020. And we covered the summary, which it included COVID. Let's go through the titles real quick. This is called the Banking for All Act, S3571 for short. The hearings are supposed to be done in June. Subcommittees are the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee. Just something to reflect on and remind ourselves about what happened in August. Blockchain, Postal Service, cryptocurrencies, CBDCs, central banks, digital coins, Bitcoins, Ethereums. It's time to start having these conversations with friends and family around Thanksgiving and Christmas, because that's going to be right around the corner, y'all. Have a wonderful U.S. 2020 election day. I want to end with just a quick opportunity to make money online from your phone, anywhere, anytime, from your smartphone, trading cryptocurrency, foreign exchange on the Forex, a learning platform, a 2-week university, a candlestick Bible, support, signals, study hall, master's classes, live sessions 3 days a week from master traders on the Forex market, which runs 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. Sounds like something you want to do and invest in yourself and start a home-based business working from your phone or your laptop computer? Go over to epicbulls.com, drop your email in, and then click that join now. And then run over to the enrollment page. Make sure you click that, sign up, invest in yourself. And let's go. If you've made it this far, please hit the red subscribe button, like the video, hit the bell notification so you can get notified every time I drop a new video, because every day is a school day. And I hope that providing some of this content could help. As a reminder, I'm a Main Street provider. I am not a Wall Street advisor.